modern day cyclists, which is why they're hated. And they're going to do it here, are they?
Featuring a rotating team.
Of course they are.
That's a slap in the face, isn't it?
Disgraceful. And they wonder why people don't like them. Even though the one on the outside is blocking the outside lane, so they want the whole road. I mean, come on.
At some point in the future, I'm going to be a city planner at university studying for it, and I really think I dislike bicycles. Not what you think though, so I've got a hot take here. Let me know if you agree, and I'm definitely going to get some hate. I think if you're on the road cycling from A to B with your bicycle, whether it be e-bike or road bike or tricycle, as long as you're going from home to school or school to work or to the shops, to your friends, using your bicycle as a mode of transport like you would a car or a bus, then you are fine. You should be allowed on the road. What I don't like is pelotons on the road. People who are using the road for their sport or to improve at their sport. What other sport is allowed openly on the road, unregistered, unregulated, and unhindered? So I get it, you can have motor racing on the road, but it's normally closed. There's government approvals, there's regulations, there's payouts to the taxpayer and to the councils to remedy some of the businesses that might lose some money, although they often may gain money. But that comes with a lot of work in the process. You can be on a country road that's single lane and you've got 20 people all lined up, sometimes double file, and you cannot get past them, and they're going nowhere. They're literally going from a point where they meet to a second point so they can train for a triathlon. Go somewhere else. Use the bike lanes, or probably not, because you probably shouldn't be racing in a cycle lane. But I saw a video in China where the police were arresting cyclists for riding on the road where cars go because there was a cycle lane right next to it, and it went for kilometers, and their excuse was that the cycle lane was dangerous, that they wanted to be on the road with the cars. So if I was designing a city, I would definitely be putting city ordinances in that all cyclists must use the designated bike lanes, and when they can't, then I guess you're allowed on the road. But if you have a city that has enough cycleways, they shouldn't be on the road in any way, shape or form. Let me put it this way, if you're wearing Lycra, you should not be on the road. Go to a velodrome, and if there aren't any velodromes in your city, then complain to your city planning office, complain to your government, build more velodromes, build more cycleways for you. Your hobby, your sport should not be on taxpayer funded roads. If not, let's start putting registrations on people who use their bikes for sport. And I don't mean we should be putting registration on just the kids and students or people who use their bike as a mode of transport. But if you use it as a dedicated hobby, you should be registered. You should be insured. If you are riding your bicycle in one of these pelotons and you hit a car, the excess is on me. So I guess if they are allowed to continue using their bicycles for their sport on the road, how about we start playing other sports on the road? Let's start my favorite sport on the road, and let's do table tennis on the road. I'll just pull out some tables into the middle of the road and start playing with my friends. Or how about we start drag racing on the road, because I am a huge fan of motorsports. Let's just start drag racing, unregistered, pull off your license plates and let's go. As long as we kind of keep to the limit, just accelerate really, really, really fast. But it would be classed as dangerous driving, right? What about dangerous cycling? So it's a really challenging issue for urban planners out there about finding that balance, because cyclists must have a very powerful lobby, very rich, and they must be embedded within our levels of government because they're cyclists in power. I really don't want them on the road. It makes me highly anxious when I come up to a group of them on the road and trying to overtake them. I don't want to die trying to overtake them. We have massive amounts of single lane roads. For me to go to town, into the shops, it is one lane, so one each way. And they are double lines almost the whole way because it is mountainous road. And they like using these mountains to practice for their triathlons and to go up hills at 2 kilometers per hour, going at a snail's pace, and we legally have to stay behind them because they're going double-breasted, or you just can't overtake. It is not safe with the bends, so your trip into town takes double the amount of time because they want to practice their sport and get better and build their calf muscles up. Now, let's just say they are on their way to school. Fair enough, but I don't think any person on their way to school or work is going up those hills. They'd be catching a bus, or they'd be owning a car. They might even be walking, but at least a walker can kind of get off the road onto the beaten track. Definitely a hot take. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, remember, I'm not advocating to get rid of bikes. Please remember that. If you are cycling to work, school, home, you are going to a place where you would normally take another mode of transport, like your car or a bus. Bicycles are great for the environment. They are not great for sport on our public taxpayer-funded roads. And yes, cyclists pay taxpayer money, but get insured then. Get registration. Save your own lives and stop putting drivers at high anxiety, especially P-platers or learner drivers. Sigh.